Captain's Log, Stardate 55127.6. After the disappearance of Athaton, the Tenshi has been ordered back to Starbase 200 for a full investigation on the disappearance of the former captain. All diagnostics showed that the transporter beam was interrupted simultaneously while he was being beamed back aboard the Tenshi. Given recent events on the USS Expedition, Admiral Nea, along with Starfleet Security, has begun in-depth reviews of all Starfleet officers and those serving within Starfleet. Currently, all of the senior staff have been vetted and cleared for duty, while the rest of the crew of the Tenchi continues the vetting process of the remaining crew. Even with the senior staff in the clear, the Tenchi is still on lockdown at Starbase 200. Admiral Nea has ordered an investigation on all activities on board the Tenchi for over the past 2 months. With an Olia system secure and efforts are resuming again to engage in negotiations with the Tholians. As a measure of good faith, all Tholian captives have been returned. For now, it seems that the Federation and the Tholians have a ceasefire on as both sides look into the possibility of a third party acting in malice. End log.
It's only basically the four of us that have been cleared, not the rest of the bridge crew, right? Okay. Okay. Well, that's a good starting point then.
What has Starfleet told us about what's going on?
Okay. Well, let's come up with a effective way to vet the crew and then start with the bridge crew, because might as well. They're in one of the most important areas.
Right? What's the current methodology for vetting crew members?
Or do we need to create that? Uh,
Well, let me give you your first threat of the day, at least for me.
no, if you're doing it, you can do it.
Well, actually, I'd like to have my security officer do that because there's a much better chance of doing that.
Okay. In a focus on investigative techniques, would that apply? Okay. Yes, you still get a threat. I have bold. It is useful. Fish? Go fish. Go fish. Okay.
That's the expedition's log on the
Yep.
your stuff for reference.
Okay. I would suggest with other bridge crew, just so that we can get this main area done first. Unless anyone disagrees with that idea.
I think it's a good place to start. And then each of the department heads can, once we've cleared the bridge crew and the department heads, then the department heads can work on their own personnel, supervised by Commander Althat and Captain Salon. But according to the expedition's logs, there is a that the mirror universe individuals seem to have a particular quantum signature. Can we not program the internal sensors to scan for those quantum signatures?
We do have really impressive sensors. Okay.
Yeah, to scan persons, it was that other thing I alluded to. But don't know if my character would know.
I mean, it'd also be to see if there are such devices on the ship anyway.
Yeah, that'd probably be a good place to start scanning to see if anything on the ship is actively actively with the
Because then that,
quantum thing.
and then that gives us a starting point as well, or a different starting point as well, alternate starting point.
Yeah, because I could get working on the scans, going deck by deck, sector by section, while Sarissa and is this character's name Martel? Probably not.
The Shran.
No, it's the Shran.
While Sarissa and Tishran starts working on the crew.
I mean, yeah, that works.
I approve of that plan.
Shall we start with our bridge individuals? I mean, they've been with us for all of the. Like, they're our shift people, so we can just ask them about what's gone on and shift back the last few, however long.
And the science head is on the bridge as well.
Yeah. Oh, so she's already trusted then if she's head of science, right?
Well, you have to give
No.
her the going through, but
Yep. Right. Yeah. The Alchema stuff. Duh. Yeah. So head of science, and who does that one again? That's an engineer, correct? No. Who is he? Oh, that's operations. One of yours.
I mean, you could say science and operations report to me, but
Yeah.
We also need to make sure we clear the current head of medical as well.
yes, because then they can help you.
Would that be Desmond?
Think so?
We can start with head of science and head of medical then.
Because then once you clear the doctor, they can start working on other ways of detection.
Yep. All right. Shall we then, Fisheran?
Of course, Lieutenant.
All right, and I will, instead of verbally communicating that one, actually see if I can text ping them. I mean, this one's right here, so I can actually just walk over and ask them. But for medical Dr. Desmond, ping them on a pad or some such. I could perform it from the security console and then move to the conference room. I would think so, yes, unless anyone has a alternate idea. Oh, conference room then. The Shran. Actually, once we're in here before people arrive, we could do a quick sweep for surveillance devices that are not ours.
Oh, yes. That would be a good idea.
Yup. Just get out a tricorder and be like, okay, I know what's supposed to be in this room as far as security measures go, so what security measures don't fit here?
Right.
So say the Shran could lead with engineering and I could assist him with security, as an example. Or,
It doesn't matter because my security's a 4.
oh, okay, yeah, either way. Uh, Investigative techniques as a focus. Okay. Uh,
You can lead
and
it.
I'm guessing shipboard tactical systems would be the same way for that. Okay. I don't have this direct focus then. Sure. You want me to lead it this round? Is that what you said?
Yeah, because I think your reason engineering's higher.
Reason security 14.
Yeah,
Slightly more
mine's an
reasonable.
11.
Yeah. Okay, bold security. What is the difficulty on this one? What was the difficulty? 2. Okay. Yeah, 1 threat. I'll do it that way. That is a hit. Fish? Fish. Fish. I hate this round. Okay. Good to know. Um, According to what I'm seeing here, Commander, the room is clear.
I agree with you, Lieutenant. Shall we get down to business?
Indeed. Hopefully not taking too long, but let's get this sorted. I enjoy not being suspect.
I'm gonna spend one of those momentum so I can activate my cautious command.
A wise
That
call.
was cool. Yeah, I was trying to say the same thing. And let me spend whatever I need to spend to squash that complication.
You could just re-roll the complication.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
There's my. And Cisco's logs as well.
I'll pop out and over to Linara, Ensign Linara, and just invite them into the conference room. Say, if you could join me for a moment, please. Ensign Linara, this one. Our head of science at the moment. Yes. Please take a seat. Alright, well, with recent events being as they are, I need to ask you a series of questions regarding uh, previous actions on the bridge. Just events, not personal actions or anything like that, unless those are particularly relevant to the question at the time. More just recapping what has happened for the last few noteworthy events. I mean, reasonable to let her continue to see how far back she will jabber. We might just have her cleared without even having to ask her a question. Not really, but you know what I mean. Okay. What investigative techniques work for this, given it's applying what she's saying to her own logs and what we know and such like that? Okay, one thread again because bold. Because if I whiff, I can do that. Yay. Yeah. Oh, well, good to hear you're so enthusiastic in what you do, Ensign. It's genuinely good to hear, especially with everything that has been going on.
Ensign, as you well know, we cannot really discuss an active investigation.
I would very much appreciate it if you could, for now at least, keep the fact that this has happened quiet. Uh, you understand why I'm asking this, yes? Oh, I'm very well aware. I don't expect that we'll be able to keep this quiet for long, but the longer the better. Uh, different note though, you are presently head of science, correct? Have you, amongst your staff, noticed anyone acting differently to how they would normally, acting out of sorts, or they don't remember something they should, anything like that? Uh, well, that depends. Would you say that was just a regular forgetfulness from him, or something unexpected? Eh, eh, with the war and everything like that, I can imagine everyone was a little bit stressed. But thank you for letting us know. It might be nothing, but little shrug. Um, unless there's anything else from the commander, you are free to go back to your station. Don't write that their name down. It was crewman something something. Crewman Nathaniel Douglas. And I'll just. I was like, I'll send that to Vogel, and I was like, never mind. I've got an easier way to, or a better way to do that. I'll just. Excuse me one moment, Commander. If you could get the doctor here while I hand this to Vogel. I was gonna pad with the net.
Yes. Let me go ahead and take care of that. Reason science. I'll use a momentum. Props for a focus. Cool.
I'm sorry, what did you need from this?
Sensor science.
Can't actually. Basically just have a pad with the name on it so I can show Vogel and be like, here's a name, you can keep an eye on this one. Or if anything comes up around them, let me know. Rather than just on the off chance that someone is trying to pick up on what we're doing, making it harder by doing it in person. But yeah, just here's a name. If you can let me know if anything comes up surrounding them, that'd be appreciated.
Are you looking for anything specific?
Anything out of the ordinary.
I'll let you know if I find anything.
Thank you. Go back to the conference room. Just more of keeping Vogel in the loop without calming her.
I guess.
Yep.
Yes. Please do take a seat, Doctor. Just have potentially some questions to ask you about recent notable events, or not even recent, notable events on the ship uh, back a little while in time, in fact. And of course, anything that you can recall for yourself outside of the questions, much appreciated if you let us know on that. Or, just feel free to add whatever you feel needs adding. Mhm. So, what are we? But yeah, is there any specific cutoff point to her knowledge, or is she able to also just keep going back? I'm trying to think of something. I know she did so. I can't remember it. I think it was on the Tereshkova. She was one of the ones that landed in the pods near the main group, correct? I think. Either way, I'll ask her about uh, events surrounding that because I can't remember exact specifics, but you know that feels like inside security. I mean, yeah, security. Uh, Investigative techniques again. It seems to be applicable for an investigation. Uh, Bold. I'm just giving you threat consecutively right now. There we go. Mhm. And it's an event that was far enough back that, oh, yeah. Okay, thank you, Doctor, for your time. I know some of these events I have asked you about were not exactly the most pleasant to recall. Very much not the most pleasant. Um, but have you, in your time in sickbay, noticed any of your staff or I forget the correct word, companions. Uh, have you noticed any of them acting differently than they normally would, or they've forgotten something they wouldn't forget? Anything like that? Anything out of sorts for them? That should be all from me, unless the commander has anything they would like to bring up.
No, I think we've covered about everything. Yeah, I don't have anything.
Right. I said sorry to have had to bother you, Doctor, but it is an unfortunate necessity at the moment. And it would be appreciated if, for now, you can keep a lid on what happened. People will find out eventually, but the longer that doesn't happen, the calmer things will be. A litter of kittens.
Well,
Captain,
yes.
I have finished my scans of the interior of the Tenshi, sir. I did not find any devices that may be considered mirror universe.
Very well. What progress are you making on vetting the crew?
Sir Rissa and Tishran were heading that up, sir.
Perhaps we should start looking for another way to identify mirror universe agents. This can take a while to interview every member of the crew.
Yes, sir. I'll start pouring over the database, see if I find something.
Let me know if I can be of assistance.
Yes, Captain. And Vogel will turn to walk out. I'm going to look at how, um, basically, like how mirror universe agents were detected in the past, what methods, if there's any way you could detect them crossing over. Yeah, cool. So yeah, she's just gonna do that for busy work, and then in the meantime, probably just go over some of the ship's sensor logs around the disappearance of Ethat and see if anything's out of the ordinary. You know, like spatial anomalies, whatnot. Then just pour over internal sensor logs. Computers for a focus. What's that? Sorry, you cut out on me. Cool. It'll just be engineering, I think. I could really go in either way, engineering or con. Doesn't matter which. Do I? Can I use my determination here with the value information that is the key to overcoming any obstacle? Cool. And then I'll use 2 momentum for the extra dice.
We'll say, can and does Vogel want Salon's assistance?
Sure. If price will allow it. So that's 3 successes there. Just need the ship and captain's assistance. Go ship. That's 6. All right, we'll see how long roll 20 takes to actually register the roll. Since I think my internet is being wonky again. All right, I think I'll use the float to re-roll the 2 zeros. And then I'll use another momentum to cut the resistance. Yep. If you wanted to do, could come back to this task, unless you want it done all done now.
I was actually gonna, Commander, the one of the last things the doctor said kind of caught my attention. Is she normally as short-tempered? She seemed a little bit more eh, I don't want to say aggressive, but that's probably the best word to put it in terms of getting back to her patients. Or is that just a doctor thing? I have not really had much experience with interviewing them.
I believe that to be more of a doctor thing, Lieutenant. They. Oh. Doctors and their patients. You never really know what's going on.
I don't want to pull up her some of her older logs compared to her newer logs and just double check something. Because when I have generally spoken to her, she's been calmer, I would want to say. I know there can be exceptions for such, but it's something we're supposed to be looking out for.
I agree with you, Lieutenant. I might mark her down as a possibility, but I think it's more just the nerves of everything that's been going on the past few weeks.
Okay, who next then? Another person from the bridge? Or do you want one of your engineers? Leith, for example.
Leith might be a possibility, but I'm also thinking of Lieutenant Terrell.
Very well. You know him best. I can look at logs and talk to him the same as the others, but you have a little bit more insight regarding your staff, I would feel. So if you want to take the lead on him, I will, of course, keep my ears out and be checking stuff in the background to catch anything you might miss. Or give you a helping hand. But Lieutenant Turol, then.
Yes, Lieutenant Turol.
Yes. Please do have a seat, or stand if you're more comfortable doing so. Yes, some people are more comfortable standing. My duty station is standing.
Lieutenant, we just had a couple questions. I know you haven't served with me in engineering. I hope you know that my trust in you is unwavering. While it might be uncharacteristic, it is still the way that I would view it, because I have left engineering to you as I have come in contact with more responsibilities than I was expected yet. However, it would be greatly appreciated, as we are conducting an investigation with which we cannot get into much more detail. It would be greatly appreciated if you could recount the events of your time here aboard ship. I knew that one was coming. I knew that one was coming because we're dealing with a Vulcan.
Yeah. Vulcans and androids.
Yeah,
I don't have a focus in this.
I don't either.
I don't have one for paying attention. I was going to say, we've got momentum. I might as well spend one. I've been making plenty. Oh, yeah. Oh, sweet, we got more. We're both sitting here like, oh no, and then we're both like, oh. The one time we pass a fitness medicine roll just fine. If he's recounting every detail, he's also noting other people in engineering's actions. How much float do we have? 2? Okay, an advantage that we can perhaps piece together some of other people's in engineering if there's been any changes from them from his story as well.
But yet, even to me, the entire engineering crew doesn't seem to be doing anything out of the ordinary. Well, Lieutenant, I greatly appreciate you bringing your views upon your fellow coworkers to me. I will endeavor to, how shall I say this politely, correct the issue.
Address the issue.
A minor nuisance.
Ah,
Under- Understandable, Lieutenant. Thank you very much for your time. Yes, Lieutenant.
and of course, please do keep a lid on this for now. We understand that this will still get out and that word gets around the ship relatively quickly. But, uh, oh, the gossipers, right? So, anything out of the ordinary for him, Commander?
Not from him or from the entire engineering section during those times.
Oh, and now that he's gone, she's gonna yawn. Yeah, he was certainly very detailed.
Monotone.
Yes. I tried not to have anything bad to say about people, but Vulcans are. I fail to find them in entertaining people.
Agreed. From time to time.
They can still be uh, good friends. Just you don't want to invite them to a party. They'll start scanning the punch.
Well, Commander, perhaps you would like to pick the next one.
Um, when did I get promoted?
Oh, like you said, tired. Sorry, Lieutenant.
Oh, I was halfway hopeful that was a surprise way of saying congratulations, but oh well. Uh, well, we've done your department. Let's do mine. We could get my second, Ensign Ferric, in here, and she is a human.
Okay, and just like you did with me with engineering, you get this one.
Mhm. Indeed. Please do take a seat, uh, or if you prefer standing, little shrug. So, mainly, this is going to be asking you to talk about your time since arriving on the ship. You have only served with me upon the Tenshi. You weren't here for the Tereshkova, if I recall correctly. Eh, just making sure my memory is correct. There was a lot of chaos around the Tenshi. Not Tenshi, Tereshkova. Anyway, if you could recount events as you saw them from more notable events as far back as you can recall aboard the Tenchi. Yeah. Like, this is one of my own people talking. Them talking in a security sense makes sense to me. Uh, I should double check, but I'm pretty sure that this isn't coming into play, or not. What we're doing is relaxing or having them trust me. That's not a thing here, is it? For, yeah, I was just double checking. I just looked at disarming nature and I was like, let me just double check. Okay, a threat again because, of course, we've got momentum. uh, from her, can we get a similar thing of perhaps not the entire department because she's not as meticulous, but if there's anyone that stands out to her as having, like, if there's any mention of someone acting slightly differently than what she would expect them to? Because we've got two float again. She's not as meticulous, but there's probably something. She's currently on the same shift as me. Oh, we could change that. Well, we could work at changing that potentially. Eh. Oh. Um, you can look into that for security. Find out more particularly how it works best for us. Okay, well, thank you, Ensign, for your time. Uh, and I do want to say that you're not in trouble. It's nothing that you have done. It's just orders we have and we need to follow, as so often happens. Uh, if you could keep this quiet for now about what you're spoken to about, please do. We know things will eventually get out, but well, we'd appreciate it being as quiet for as long as possible. It makes things simpler. At least for now. We'll you'll know when everyone starts talking about it. Will do. Thank you, Ensign. Same with her, and from the people she is more worked with, it would appear security has no issues as well. Although, if anyone were to be able to best hide it, I would think it'd be a security officer. This is where psionics would come in so very useful.
Oh, not bad.
I was assisting Vogel with her research. Yeah, that's the only other thing he was doing was a qualitative analysis of everybody's logs, which with real world technology, I could do that probably inside of a week.
Yay! It will take us longer, yes.
I am parked if we wanted to do another roll. Someone would just have to roll for me. We're still maxed at momentum, right?
Yes.
All right. I'll use 3 momentum to roll 4 dice if someone wants to get that. Sheet should be set up. You just gotta select the dice and roll it.
In which direction would it be failing you? Oh, okay.
There's
4 successes.
4 successes, and oh, wow! I only meant to hit the button once.
6 successes. Ooh.
Oh, two. Two.
Right, I'll
Definitely.
use one of. I was gonna say use one of the momentums to reroll any misses if there's a lot of them. I'm
4.
assuming.
There's 4 misses. Hey, that's
Then use the other one for resistance. I will. Well, upon finding that, I'll definitely bring the discrepancies to the captain. You'll probably work more closely with the captain.
Well, he's working with you. The discrepancies in any particular crew member's log or logs from a particular station, or do we need to keep working to figure that out?
Oh boy.
Interesting. Give us another avenue of investigation while we work.
Yeah. You've got Sarissa and Thishran as basically a decoy investigation right now. We're making ground, but slowly.
Unfortunately, the Shran is the one that I would have
Oh yeah.
investigating those logs.
I'm saying we can always take a break to have a walk around. We're not on an interview schedule right now. Yep. We have options. Just requires us being informed. Of which there is conveniently a route from the captain's room to the conference room through back doors.
Oh, that is convenient. In fact, it's allowing me to take advantage of that and come into the conference.
Commander? Captain. Sorry.
Understandable. Any progress?
Uh, we've spoken with various individuals. We've got one name from science, and engineering appears fine from the perspectives of one Lieutenant Torol, and the Ensign Ferric has been cleared as well. But it is slow going with in-person interviews, but we expected that.
Again, understandable. Commander Thishran, Lieutenant Vogel has uncovered a discrepancy in the logs from Transporter Room 2, that some of the logs have been altered or missing.
I'll take a look at it, Captain, but hmm. I'll take a look at it, sir.
Now, feel free to use vetted personnel if you feel that is a better use of your time to remain here and conduct interviews.
I understand, sir. I haven't fully vetted the transporter crew yet, but
We could do it. That I call Leith in here to talk while you go look at the transporters.
yeah, and why don't you bring in Ferric, just in case things get...
That's true. I could have her sitting here with me. If it is acceptable to you to brief her on what we're doing, Captain.
If those crew members have been vetted, I value your judgment.
Understood, Captain. Okay, well, sounds like we have a plan then. Good luck, Commander.
Agreed. Make sure you have Ensign Ferric in here before Leith shows up.
I will need to brief her first, of course. And that transporter room was sealed off or what marks decommissioned at the time of the incident, so I believe it should be empty.
Yes, I do believe so as well.
It is standard procedure, especially since we're under lockdown as well.
Oh, true, but I was meaning from an investigative standpoint of that is where Captain Notatum went missing from. It should not have been used since then. That was the order to have it locked down. It's more a note for if it has been used since then. That is something we need to look into, and might give us another lead. Yes.
Agreed. If oh good grief. If Lieutenant Vogel finds any more discrepancies, please let me know, Captain.
I will do so expeditionally. We have our task. Let's be about it.
Understood, sir.
Okay, I'll summon Ferric right away.
And the captain, preferring not to be a micromanager, will go back to assisting Lieutenant Vogel.
And, we'll brief her on what's going on. Ah, Ensign, please take a seat. You can come down here. The commander has other duties to attend to, and, well, we've cleared you. So here is a data pad on why and how. And yes, I am aware it will take forever doing it this way. Do you have any questions regarding this task for me? For the most part, your a set of ears and eyes. You can notice if someone's moving. You have the twitches people do if they're trying to deceive you, the eye movements, little things like that. That's what we've been trained for. If it's someone you personally know, feel free to ask questions yourself. I understand it might be difficult to hold them as suspect. I find it very difficult to hold anyone here as suspect. I don't like the idea at all. But it is something we have to do. And the sooner we clear everyone on the ship, the sooner we can get the Tenshi back out and doing what we do. With that in mind, our next person is Specialist Leith from Engineering.
That's that's the same transporter I'm headed to, right?
You're heading to Transporter 2. Transporter
Okay.
1 is adjacent, I believe, correct? Yep. Uh, Understood. I will see about getting you a relief. And we'll go. And once that's cut, Cerisa to Commander Thashran.
The Strand here.
Specialist Leith is presently busy in Transporter Room 1. If you could organize a relief for him so he can come up here post haste.
Understood. I'll take care of it, Lieutenant.
Appreciate it. Let me know if you need anything.
And I will divert myself to Transporter Room 1. Well, Leith, you know me. Once an engineer, always an engineer. Felt it was time to get my hands dirty again. I understand. I'll be acting as your relief. I believe Lieutenant Sarissa wished to see you. I'll finish it up for you, Leith. You too. And basically, once he leaves, I'm going to double check and make sure I know exactly what he was doing, make sure nothing's out of the ordinary with it. Oh, good grief. Let's see. Hold on a second. I believe.
That's right. Your
Yes, I
insight's
do.
like 7, right?
Yeah, my insight's 7, but I have a focus on transporters and replicators. You know what? Because I don't know if I'll get a chance to do so. Uh, okay.
I think for the other transporter room, you're gonna have the same insight engineering roll.
Probably. I will give you 1 threat and 2 momentum. Because as pointed out, my insight is abysmal.
You should take your lieutenant with you.
And I'll go on ahead and do that. Ah, okay. Okay, then. Yep, and head to transporter room 2, which was my original destination. I understand that. I'm here conducting an investigation. There have been some discrepancies with the logs pertaining to the uh, diagnostic cycle that was supposed to be run. Ooh.
Oh no. Are you about to be
Ooh.
arrested? The Shran, no.
I was rolling. Call and confirm with the captain. He can confirm that I have authorization.
That is confirmed. Lieutenant Commander Thashran is operating under my orders, Lieutenant. Allow him to proceed.
No problem. Just doing your job. I will begin the diagnostic cycle that was supposed to have been run. I believe it was a level 3 diagnostic on it. Okay. Okay, really?
You the engineer?
No, it's the fact.
The program hasn't been altered yet.
Oh, good grief. I need to look up this talent. I need to know what that talent does. Oh, I hate you. I know my ship. Does that come into play? Uh, Whenever you attempt a task to determine the source of a technical problem with your ship, add 1 bonus d20. All right, reason engineering automatically 3 dice. I hate you. Yeah, I know. Take another. Uh,
1 and 1.
no, 2 and 3.
Oh,
2 threat, 3 momentum. I get to re-roll one of those zeros.
but your reason is also a 7.
Yeah,
What kind of engineer?
the one that actually does stuff and orders other people to do things.
I forget if you have bold or cautious.
I have bold.
Okay.
Come on, re-roll. Didn't you go through? Yeah, no. Okay. Well,
The reroll will show up eventually.
maybe, maybe not. Oh, give it a minute. I just rolled my challenge dice. Internet's crazy. Oh, and I re-rolled into a complication.
Fantastic.
It'll come through in a minute. It's the first re-roll, not the second.
It does say you're not in the roll 20.
What?
Yeah. We can't actually see your rolls. You're apparently not in roll 20 anymore.
Okay, give me a second. Now to find out where it actually. Oh, wait. Ah, come on. You know what? Hang it. Where did it drop? Okay, there. there. That. Yep.
No. The role does not exist for us. It hath been lost to the ether.
You know what? I'm just gonna roll on Discord. I think it'll work now. See if it'll work. Ah.
Oh, the challenge dice just came through. There we go. Whoa, hey, they came through. There's the complication too.
I think I'm just gonna start rolling on Discord though.
That's fair.
That's not just for work. I have Miracle Worker and Nick of Time.
Yeah. So you want to spend the 2 momentum on squashing the complication?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nick of Time, I think, is extra work. Yeah.
Wow. So that's 9 work. Good job.
And 2 breakthroughs. Okay. Reason engineering is 12. I'll just roll. Oh, good grief. You can have your 2 threat.
They've got a free die.
Well, I get a free die. Well, okay. It's a 12, but I have a focus that's 4 successes, 2 effects, and a 1. No, 3 effects. Sorry.
4 hits, 3 effects.
4. It's a 4, 1, 14, 13. Yeah, but I have a focus and my engineering's 5.
Wow. Yeah, please take a seat, specialist, senior chief specialist Leaf. Or if you're more comfortable standing, of course. Um, I just have a question to, or a couple questions to ask you regarding previous events that you have been involved in uh, aboard the Tenshi and perhaps aboard the Tereshkova. If you could please start by recounting some events, more uh, events on the Tenchi, notable events that you were involved in. Just start going through as you remember them. We'll specifically ask if he remembers me borderline forgetting his rank. No, I outright forgot his rank upon boarding the Tenchi for the first time. That was an oops. Inside security. Uh, Threat. Wow. Fish. No fish. Two momentum, though. Okay. And does that cover asking about, like specifically asking about the event that happened when Sarissa first boarded the Tenchi? Because they were the transporter chief that greeted them. I'm pretty sure that they might remember that. Which was Sarissa did forget their rank of leave. Hmm. Uh, um, uh, let's go a little back to the Tereshkova. Um, I know you were one of the people that landed in the main evacuation point. Um, what can you recount about that? Anything specific about the events leading up to it, the forces we were engaged with, that sort of thing. Do you have any insights that are more off your logs? Anything more personal that you might recall? You are still a Starfleet officer, and still a person. You have your own feelings and opinions on things beyond just doing what you were told. And, well, you've been surfing with a lot of this crew for longer than I have. In fact, you were aboard the Terskova before I joined its crew. No, it's nothing about that. Don't. Well, it's nothing regarding you about that. And I do want to apologize for snapping at you when that happened. I was a little bit distraught, shall we say. He was there and then he wasn't. And with everything else going on, well, it was easy to assume the worst immediately, no? But what would your opinions be on Lieutenant Torol? Well, you're part of the same department, so I assumed that you would intermingle a little bit at least. That is, I suppose everyone's different, yes. I know some make great efforts to try and get to know the crew quite well. I'm trying to think of a mission that he was on that I could start asking questions on, but I can't remember. Was he on uh the duck blind mission?
I believe he was.
He was. Great. And I was on that too. It's fantastic. So I would actually like to ask him questions about that mission that he has perhaps hasn't specifically gone over in his log. So more or less, I'm trying to check that he can go off script of the logs without an issue. Okay. Um. Well, thank you for your time, Leith. Uh, from you have a staff operating with you alongside the transporters. Have you noticed anything out of sorts with any of them? Recent changes? Anything like that? Okay. Well, thank you for your time then. Uh, I would appreciate it if you could keep this under wraps for now. I understand that things will eventually get out, but, well, the longer we can go without that happening, the better. And you might be asked for some follow ups at a later date or later time, just to be aware that we're not surprising you with it. Dismissed. No, the one that snuck up with Solon was a security officer. That was Simon. Probably the same Simon that's currently outside the transporter room.
Of course, and I don't think I would risk this over a comm badge, so I've been headed there in person.
Cerissa's probably about to walk over in person as well. Like, okay.
Come in.
I found something odd when it comes to transporter room 2, sir.
Indeed.
It appears that the transporters were functioning as normal, and no fault was found in the transporter system. However, multiple diagnostics during Athatan's transport showed interference at the time of transport. It could have most likely been caused by some sort of outside event or localized matter. However, there appears to have been an additional device attached to the transporters.
Have you recovered this device?
Out of character, I didn't even think to ask about that. Was. Okay, so it is past tense. It is not there anymore, sir.
What have you learned about the device, if anything?
Not much that I can learn about it without actually seeing the device. I could not tell you what its main operational status was or what it was meant to do. I can't tell you, sir.
Anything in the transporter logs that might give us a clue?
Agreed, sir, but with the transporter logs having been altered,
Perhaps the logs can be reconstructed.
I will endeavor to do so.
Might I suggest, actually, as I've been reading Captain Sisko's logs from their event, are you familiar with them?
I'm afraid I am not. While I am familiar with Deep Space Nine, I am not familiar with Captain Sisko's logs.
Captain Sisko's logs seem to indicate that the mirror universe agents on Terek Nor in the other universe use some sort of modification to their transporters to access Deep Space Nine from Terek Nor. Is it possible that it's a similar device, or perhaps it's possible that a similar device was attached to our transporter?
I will concede to the possibility, sir. Uh, However, I do not know for certain as of yet.
Understood. I will send you a copy of Sisko's logs. He's an engineer like us, so his logs may be useful to you. Anything else, Commander?
Not as of yet, sir.
Very well. Keep up. So someone pauses for a moment. He's trying to be captain. Keep up the good work, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Dismissed.
And he will head out back to the conference room. Or no, sorry, to try and reconstruct the transporter logs.
And if Cerissa can try to catch you before then, that would be great.
We can say you catch him walking out of the captain's ready room.
Yep, because she can head around here. Um, Commander, if you could have a word.
Of course.
And yeah, that works. Right, so we just spoke with Leith, and he almost had a very precise memory of his logs. It was word for word reciting them, in fact.
Word for word recount of the logs of the event.
Mhm. I didn't do anything then and there. He is left. We can still track him from the ship, clearly, but it was odd. He was capable of going off log for a more recent mission, uh, but we were having problems with infiltrators doing whatever around that time as well, so I cannot be entirely sure about that. Uh, Older missions, I did not really interact with him too much, so I cannot personally say much. As for validity of going off logs there, but it was odd. He's not a Vulcan, and I don't
Exactly.
believe Betazoids have that same capability.
Unless he has an eidetic memory.
That would be in his personnel file, would it not?
Huh.
Either I would say he is suspicious, and if you have
Agreed.
anything that you found,
Did he seem to give you any personal inflections outside of the logs at all?
uh, concern.
But everything outside the logs was very vague.
That's correct, right, Prax? I'm pretty sure everything outside the logs is very vague. Yeah. Dull. Mhm.
Yeah. That's the problem that I've got. He was a little too vague for my taste.
But nothing solid, or he didn't slip up when speaking if there was anything to slip up over.
All
It was just
right,
very
try and get
robotic almost.
try and get a few more detailed uh ideas that he was involved in, that you can change a few of the events that happened and see if he corrects you or not.
Understood. I'll call him back in an hour with those things, just to have some time pass in the meantime.
Agreed.
Thank you for the suggestion, Commander. I'll keep you informed.
Thank you.
And go off to organize that, actually. Okay.
wherever I need to go to rebuild these transporter logs.
Yep. All right, I will use 3 momentum again. Go ship. And captain. All right, one of the floats to reroll 2. And then the other float for taking care of resistance. Working against how? Vogel to Sarissa. Oh, so they're doing it quickly. Okay, I'll continue this then. Okay. So I need basically 2 breakthroughs. Cool. All right, so I will continue. I will again spend 3 momentum. Right. There we go.
Could you spend?
Man, too bad this is not my science discipline.
I was gonna say, if could you spend momentum to reduce the intervals used?
I could.
If you feel the need to have that buffer.
If I don't get this next one, I probably will need to.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Well, you will need to, otherwise you'll have.
Right. I will
Yeah.
need to next time. So I'm gonna spend you know what, I'll give you a threat and then 2 momentum so I can still roll 4 dice. Cool. I think I just just use 1 for resistance and that should get it.
Oh, nice. We
Crushed
weren't
it.
even paying attention to the work track.
Yeah, I have a rapid analysis, so whenever I do a time task using science, it only takes me half the time. It takes 1 interval instead of 2.
Oh, nice.
But doesn't apply to engineering task. And I could have technically rerolled the ship's dice, but I think we would be pushing our luck there. And I think we're at 5 momentum. Because I didn't think we had any float, and I used one.
We're all in different parts of the ship. Or different rooms. 3 of us in
So
different rooms.
I'm definitely the comm, Vogel to Sarissa.
Sarissa here. Go ahead.
Could you meet me on the bridge, please?
I will be there momentarily. Should I bring my assistant with me or no? Synthetic.
Just you for now.
Understood.
But then I will also Vogel the Captain Solon.
Solon here.
Sir, I think I found something. You might want to see this.
On my way.
So I've been going through the logs, and someone was actively trying to delete the logs as I was going through them. I didn't have time to run a trace on it as they're deleting stuff quickly, so I had to download the logs to this pad before they deleted all of them. However, I have come across a few encrypted logs here with an unknown sender, or with using an unknown identification. They seem to be time-stamped for the star dates 55087.2, 55095.3, 55108. What worries me is that someone was actively deleting the logs as I was looking for them.
Which implies they know where. Oh. We don't have. If we decrypt them, we could find out. There might be a way to send instructions to people working aboard, or send information. Either way. We can work on decrypting them. They should give us something to go off of.
Should also see where they were being sent to on the ship. Might narrow down a list of suspects who was receiving them.
That is true. We need to also cross-check those star dates with significant events happening on board ship and across Starfleet.
55108 is, if I recall correctly, immediately post the incident on the expedition? Yes? It's 55107.6.
So when Prex comes back, I think I have 3 questions here. Is it possible to run trace on the deletion? You know, like where or who was doing it?
Mm-hmm.
Try to trace the location of where this was being sent to. You know, the location on the ship, and then cross-referencing the star dates.
Yep.
Because I believe I still get 3 of them.
Yeah, 55108 is right after.
Oh, I lied. I only get 2. I lied. I only get 2 questions.
One of the 3 questions comes from using sensors.
Yeah, which we were not using sensors
yet.
But I get 1 for position and for studious. So.
So much
Yeah, I'm looking back at my logs. 55108 is right after Thatton disappeared.
Is there one immediately before that? Would that be 55095.3? That'd be prior. Yeah.
It could be instructions on who to potentially
Yeah.
beam away,
Your target and then mission success.
right?
Yeah, so the start date of my log before we went to Nolia was 55106.
There could only be so many places you could delete logs from unless you've modified the console permissions. Unless they were your logs in question.
Let's see, the Uri of the event, the encounter with the Uri was 55091. So that second log after was after we rescued Evil Prax.
Evil. Oh, yeah.
Which again, it's possible it could have been a target for instructions for a target.
Yeah, 087 is right before Alphatin's log when we were headed to Tia, when we first got the distress call from the area.
But for the expedition, I took captain and chief of security. And they didn't hear.
It would appear that the deletion was definitely inside the ship.
Right. I'll get to work on decryption. Can use that tactical room in back. It is that, or continue looking for people to question. I think this might be more useful.
Agreed. We can always go back to questioning later.
Yes. Okay.
So yeah, I sent you 3 potential questions. I figure I'd probably have 2 free because we're not using sensors. Okay. So then, second question: can we cross-reference the star dates for what their significant events were? I think we've already figured out what 2 of them were. The 8-7 one.
Oh,
Okay.
oh, it is.
So it's the 9-5 we don't know about.
9-5 is immediately prior.
So yeah, I think that's both questions.
Mm.
That's fine.
Isn't yes a momentum spender? No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And the one that you said was a roll for tracing the location of who received the signal. Yeah. That's what I was asking. Making sure I got the right things here.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Because then the next role play would be Captain. I'm going to attempt to trace the location. Captain, the 55095.3 date was when the Tenshi was last at Starbase 200. Oh, was that the shuttlecraft incident?
That's the shuttlecraft incident.
I believe that was when we had the shuttlecraft in our tractor beam, sir.
Great.
Let us see if we can trace the signatures, trace the receiver of the message.
I'll work on decryption while Vogel works on that. Or at least I'll take a look at working on decryption. It might be too complicated for me.
I'll nod and start working on the trace.
Salon is just going to move so he's not standing over his people's shoulders.
I have the vague impression that Salon is like the tallest one of the three of them as well. Which isn't hard because Cirrus is 5'1".
I don't know, what is 1.9 meters in feet?
Six two. You're over a foot taller than Cirrus.
I looked it up when I wrote the character background, so long as I forgot what it means.
1 meter is roughly 3 feet. Not exact, but roughly.
It's a little bit over.
Yeah, roughly.
Yeah, so 6. Yeah, so Salon 6'2".
Yes.
Yep.
That's what Cirrus is working at, or looking at doing, yeah.
Yeah, Sarissa's doing the decrypting of those messages. Bogo's trying to see who and where they were received from. At the very least, where they were received, if possible, a who. And then Tashran's doing his transporter room stuff. Computer focus. I'll give you a threat and 2 momentum again. I'll try to get you guys some more.
I appreciate that. Oh my god.
Nice.
Okay, yeah.
Ship assist. I have a reroll for the ship, so but if we're at float, I don't think I need to.
No. Yeah, let's see what you get. You see what you can use the float on.
We'll leave it for now, just in case we get a complication, because I'm pretty sure you guys need the momentum. And I have 3 questions, so
Oh. I just don't think we can use the float for us.
I know, but
Fair enough.
cool.
Yay. Definitely security. I have an engineering of 1. Investigative techniques as a focus. Okay. I believe I will be doing this without a focus, actually. Okay. Threat for reroll, and then we'll go, yeah, 2 threat for momentum, I guess, yeah, so that I can do the thing. Actually, it will have to be there anyway, but yeah, I should probably use my determination less to get the first roll, which will be either the value of keeners will reveal much for trying to figure this out, or family and ship will come first because we're trying to, by solving this, hopefully help them out. Okay. Yes, taking back a momentum for that. Ta-da! And I've got to reroll. There we go. That's 5. 1 to reroll 3, I think. Because that'll be 2. There we go. Yes. Yep. Let's see here. I'll need to do a 3 and 3. Just because I don't have a focus and this is going to be hurting. Potentially. Okay. Made it. unfortunately, we didn't actually ask if the ship is assisting us. Okay. 7 challenge dice then. Yikes. Yeah. There's not much I can do about that. Unless I give you threat to reroll 3. I don't know if I can do that. Okay. Yes. Yep. Okay, diff 3. We'll go. I feel bad. I'll do 3 threat though. Okay, we'll try to make that up. Nope, didn't make that up, but did pass. Yep, that's 1 work. I think it's 2 work. I'm sorry, Trishran. I gave him a lot of threat.
That's fine. Because I'm going to wind up doing the same.
After I gave you all that nice momentum.
I know. I thank you kindly. Okay.
Is that what I was doing?
You're tracing whoever did it, right?
Okay, disregard my last question was. I think I confused myself. Yeah, disregard that last question. So I got one more I gotta think of.
Insight plus con? Okay. That's better. Because insight con is an 8.
Oh my god.
So insight security, I'm guessing I don't have a focus. Oh, okay, so this is an 11.
Okay.
Let's see here. Because we don't have any momentum, thank you very much,
You're welcome.
you get to take 3 threat. Well, that's 3 successes. As in different guards, or okay, has enough time passed for that to be for them to need a shift change? Yes and no. Okay. Okay. So who's at the door? Do I know either of them? Okay. Then I won't worry about it. I'll keep it in the back of my mind, but I won't like be like, okay. Know what I mean? And I'll head in to start reconstructing those logs. Oh, thank you. Control engineering difficulty 2. I'm guessing I don't have a focus because I don't have computers. Okay, 16. Uh, this time you only get to take 1 threat though. Yeah, I know. And that is 3 successes. Trying to figure out what had been deleted. To enhance the transport signal. Enhance in what way? Okay. Does this correspond to anything in the logs of Captain Cisco? Okay. Agreed. I think that's it for me. Okay.
Nope, those were my questions. Lieutenant, I was able to figure out who was actively trying to delete the logs.
I believe I have broken the code here.
Would appear that I guess that would be Leaf, huh? Would appear that Leaf was actively trying to delete the logs from transporter room 1.
Oh,
Internal sensors are confirming that he was indeed inside the room at the time.
makes sense. That would have been, what, immediately after I had my little talk with him? So he started to act immediately to cover his traces. Is for this, proceed as planned, transport of target at time, etc. It's orders as we suspected.
Well, it would appear that we have a suspect.
And I have names, but they don't. Let's see if these mean anything to you. Uh, the targets themselves not specifically or clearly named, but in order is Blue Explorer, Knight, and Protector. The last one to disappear was Ethatin, so would he be Protector? Yeah.
Now I'm gonna swing around and look at her console. Just because I would want a visual on those names or those descriptions. Basically, so you could post it in general.
Yep. I was about to do that, then they
Oh,
got
there they are.
posted in that. I'll put them here anyway, just so that if they get lost. But I can proceed to detain Leith on your order, Captain. She'll look up to Salon.
Where is he now?
Last says transporter room 1. Actually, on that note, I might be able to ask the Shran to potentially remotely deactivate that transporter room so that he can't escape from it.
That would be wise.
Lieutenant Ceresa to Commander the Shran,
Sure, in here.
if you have a moment. And I assume you are in private company at the moment?
At the moment.
If you could please remotely deactivate transporter room 1. I believe you might be in a position to do so.
Of course.
Now we know that's where Leaf was, and we verified that that's where Leaf is.
Not anymore.
Daring engineering difficulty of 4. Focus and transporters and replicators. What? Oh,
Clever.
oh, this guy.
Which does 100% tell us that we were correct in assuming our comms were compromised.
Oh. Ooh. Determination spent on mission directive, please.
Oh yes, Cerus is getting ferric and going down there with a little detail.
Okay. And then you can take. Oh, why not? Another 2 threat. Oh, sorry, wrong chat.
Where did
I know. I know.
where did you roll it?
In a DM.
Oh. What do you mean you're not the bot?
Oh, well, those 3 are successes, so that's 5. Uh, shut down the transporter. Okay. Sure.
With the GM's 9,000 threat.
Understood. Yeah.
I don't know if you want to take them to the bridge salon when I think Cirrus is heading down there. And they're trying to deactivate transporters, so...
Would my focus and EPS systems apply since I'm trying to basically cut power to it? Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that. Okay, so I'm going to give you 3 threat and spend 3 momentum. No 19s or 20s. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7 successes from me. Bye. At that point, I'm going to leave transporter room 1 or 2 and head to transporter room 1, saying to the security guards outside, "You two with me."
Cirrus is heading down there with Ferric and her superpower team.
And I think the captain was trying stuff.
He's trying stuff.
I'm just asking questions, but it seems like the things that I wanted to do, I think the Shran took care of it anyway.
No need to lock them down if they're not powered.
Exactly. You know what? Just in case the transporter beam comes without the shields, I'm really going to surprise Starbase 200. I'm going to raise the shields.
I don't think you can. We're docked. And we're locked down on the station. I don't think we can undock. Not without raising a lot of concern.
Raise the shields. That was an idea.
I mean, you could ask them for permission.
I'm not entirely sure I want to let them know what we've got right at the moment.
I think they already know. They suspect it anyway. The orders do come from Starbase.
Well, if my thinking is that if Leaf is the guy we want, he probably has, based on at least one of those transmissions being happening while we were in Starbase 200, he might have a co-conspirator on Starbase.
You're true, yeah.
We communicate with the Starbase asking permission to undock and raise our shields. That may alert Leaf's co-conspirator that we're onto it.
It is 100% your choice, so...
Uh, yeah, because I didn't want to turn off gravity too.
But that would have been fun.
It would have been fun.
All right, I will report that to the security teams that are heading there. There are 2 individuals in there. Whoever would need to know that.
Yep. Damn it, Simon. Yep.
Well, snap. Whoops, wrong button. Oh boy. Yeah. 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 Ouch. Uh,
No, if you can stay conscious long enough for services to arrive, that'd be great.
that's the whole thing. I'm trying to figure out how to do that. Yeah. 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 I'm gonna have to go with the momentum spin. No, I don't. Yeah, I have 15 stress because I have a fitness of 10, security of or 14 stress because I have a fitness of 10, security of 4.
6.
My sheet should say I have a total of 14 stress available.
If it is fitness plus security, that would make sense. So,
Yep. Which is just me. Good grief. Yeah. Oh, good grief. I've got to do this. If this works right, then I am golden. I am going hand to hand. I'm guessing it's Simon that shot at me. Well, I do have the minor action. So, yeah, I think I'm going to get into melee range with him. Yep. And just because he's an Andorian and is so pissed right now, you get to have 6 threat.
You know, Simon does have hand-to-hand as a focus.
I do too. I do too. I beat him in 1 by daring, though.
Oh my god,
Ooh.
that is terrible.
God.
That's 220s.
God.
I think Tishran is about to be knocked out.
You might want to re-roll. You can't re-roll.
You rolled 2 20s.
It's a 15.
Oh my god.
I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna re-roll this.
Burn a value.
Yeah.
Or a milestone if you've got one.
Oh, I've got one, I think, but I don't think any of them relate to combat. Known enemies violent. Oh, good grief. Yeah, I don't see a way to re-roll it.
Unless you burn a value.
That's what I just was trying to do.
Oh. The Shran, oh no. You had one job. Stay conscious.
Roll your damage.
Bye.
It's 6 stress, isn't it?
Yep.
Yep.
Is that 2 lethals? Yikes.
I think I'm dead.
Oh my god. Please don't die, because then Cirrus is the next highest ranked. How is it always you, though?
I don't know.
Like, I think in the time I've been on the ship, you've gone through 3 characters.
This is my 4th character in total for this campaign, for this group.
By Simon. I do want to say, Simon is never this effective on our side.
No, he's not.
I'd like to spend one of my Warhammer characters' fate points so that the shrine won't die.
So what made the attack lethal?
My
Complication.
complication.
Okay. Yeah, then it's 2 lethals.
Which is, I think, just dead.
If the first attack was not lethal,
would just be
then he
injury
would have a
lethal.
chance. Yeah, it would have been it would be 2 injuries, which would then turn it
Yeah.
into a lethal.
I think
But
the
we
way
have time.
He didn't take an injury the first time. He avoided it. He would have been hit for it, but he avoided it.
Yeah, I avoided that injury.
So 1 lethal, 1 regular. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Oh no. Okay. Fight the Shran. Because they're both at the same time.
Well, he took 2. Yeah, he took 2 injuries from that attack because of the 5 damage and the going to 0. The question is, if they were lethal at all, it's 2 lethal injuries. If they were classified as non-lethal, then it's right. Yeah. That's not the part I'm focusing on. The part I'm focusing on is he did take 2 injuries. So if the first one's lethal and then he took another one, that would classify as what you said.
Yep.
As if being injured by lethal and then taking another injury. Yeah. It's whether you classified the first attack as lethal
The
or
first attack was
non-lethal.
lethal.
Yeah, if it's lethal, then yeah, he took 2 lethal injuries by rule.
Oh. To his throat.
He blocks my punch and breaks my neck. Type deal.
or nose to the brain, whichever.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, 7. Oh! I might still succeed even in death.
a lot of 12s in that. Oh no. And Ferric and security team. Yeah, who wants Ferric? Yes. I have my superpower. Yep.
I was about to say they spawn instantly dead.
Yeah. Who wants to take Ferric? Okay. Okay. Well.
Captain, you could probably take Ferric because I don't think he's rolled much.
Yeah. Ensign Maria Ferric. Okay. I'm assuming that because I was coming down here to arrest people, I already have my phaser drawn. Okay. Let's aim at Simon. And I should swap that from control. And I have a focus. I will... Yep. Debating security team. Do I want to make it harder to hit us or harder or easier to hit? Harder to hit us. They're, yeah. Higher difficulty for them to hit us back. Is that not a thing? I thought it was a thing. Okay, then it's easier for me to hit them. Oh well. Okay, yep. We'll do that. Control security, 1 threat. Reroll that. Damn. That is... Oh. Okay. Type 2 phaser. Here we go. Oh, I've got another reroll anyway because I aimed. Ha! Damn it! Well, I still hit him. Okay. We have 1 momentum. Unfortunate. Can I spend that and 1 threat to Swift Task? And then 3 again. I won't aim this time. So it's diff 2 now, yep. Oh, that time I get 3. Okay. Get the 1 back. Yep. No, I do not. I think I just did one too many. Okay. Yep. Nope. Unfortunately. There's a reason I shot Simon. Yeah. Yeah, it does. Ferric.
All right, so Ferric will take the minor action to aim on Leaf there. And spend that momentum to get an extra die for the shot. So what's the difficulty on shooting Leaf there?
2. Security team.
Let's see. So difficulty 3. I'm gonna give you 2 threat to get a 4th die then.
It is difficulty 2.
Oh, 2. Okay, then I'll leave it at 3. I don't want to give him more threat. And then I've got hand phaser for a focus. Yeah.
Okay, Ferric, show me up. I see. What do you mean? It
Should
should be a
see
timer.
the security officer on the expedition.
Yeah.
She's kind of nuts.
That's 5. Oh, true.
Should I just take the momentum and to reroll the 2-0?
Find out. He might whiff cover. He didn't whiff cover. You could reroll 2 and see if you get 1 more point of damage, because that's all you need.
Let me reroll the 2.
Piercing's still a thing.
Is it? Oh, we could just piercing for the safe option, yeah. Okay. Let's get over to the Shran. And we can't transport a doctor here. Oh, I'm screwed.
Sure can't.
I hope you trust in me, the Shran.
Well, let's see.
Ah,
Could we activate crew member in the shuttle bay to do a site transport from one of the runabouts?
emergency medical supplies in the transporter room, perhaps. Are there? Question mark.
I mean, we have the momentum.
Yes. Simon's also our emergency medic.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, this is a crisis management ship. I would imagine there'd be medical supplies everywhere.
Yep. So either we spend for that, or they're there. Either way.
If you need the supplies, we gotta get them.
Yep. I need the supplies, so.
Your role might not be happy, but
Oh no, my roll's gonna be abysmal. Okay. My security team can't help me with this.
that Farrick, I think, is worse than you in that regard.
Oh yeah. I actually no. Barrick. Yes, she's 1 point worse. It's a daring medicine, isn't it? I don't have any medical milestones. I don't have.
Well, do you still have your determination?
Nope.
Ah, crud.
I'm trying to save a life. I could potentially, maybe, burn the value of one cannot always afford kindness. Damn it.
Is it possible to from the bridge to control one of the runabout's transporters quickly enough?
What would the difficulty be on this check?
It's either that or we just have Starbase 200 transport him to their medical facility.
Oh no. Well, it's basically, I think Sarissa needs to do this, and it's a difficult role, but I'll try my best. I will try my very best. I'm rolling a 12. It's not the worst.
I mean, that's what I have for shooting phasers, and I do pretty good on that.
Engineering?
I mean, that would be a better roll for you.
No, it wouldn't. Okay. Oh, a diff 4. Great. Scream. I think I need to give you the 1 momentum and 5 threat to even stand a chance at this. No focus. Roll of 12. Hey!
Got a crit.
I got a crit. He's got all those problems. So that's also medical. We need a medical team to transport to room 1 immediately.
Were you already rolling up a new character?
I was like halfway through it, and I was like, well, maybe he'll get this.
Maybe. Do I need to do anything to Simon as well? Damn it.
But he's a baddie.
Yes, but we're supposed to save lives, damn it. Daring medicine difficulty 1. 1 threat, 2 momentum.
Hey, since the medical team came, can't they do it?
I think they take the Shran away. Yeah, I was... yeah. I made it! That moment when you didn't need to buy the extra dice because the first 2 passed anyway.
But if you didn't buy them...
Yeah, I know. Surresa to medical. Further medical teams, please. There's still 2 more injured. Surresa to bridge.
Bridge here.
Commander Stren is in a critical condition. Lieutenant Junior Grade Simon has been dealt with. He is also severely injured. And Senior Chief Specialist Leith has been neutralized. All are going. 2 are going to medical, and I believe 1 is going to the brig. He's not injured, is he? He's just going to the brig. No, he did take an injury. He's going to medical. Sorry, all 3 are going to medical. Security team is accompanying them, and she'll dismiss her security team to go to the sick bay. Actually, we've got even more injured. I completely forgot about these other 2 guys. Oh my god. There's so many injured in this transporter bay.
Make sure we have security fields around those captive saboteurs to ensure they cannot be beamed off the ship.
I'll get transport inhibitors set in place in sickbay at once. We'll go off to do that now, actually. It is important.
And inform me of Commander Thishran's condition as soon as there is an update.
I managed to stabilize him. Somehow. I remembered my first aid course.
Well done, Lieutenant.
I think that I upped her medicine last session.
Oh, I thought you had a 1.
I did get a 1, but also I didn't have a focus, so I had to get a 1. But one of those was a 12, which
No,
was
I meant
just
that.
on the head.
I thought you had a 1 in medicine.
Nope, I had a 2.
See, you're already better at medicine than I am. I have the very basic. This is a dermal regenerator. You do this, and it fixes skin.
Yep. Oh.
This is a hypospray. You press it against their neck like this, and you give them pain medicine. Have fun.
Well, that's one step ahead of this is a comm badge. You use this to call medical.
I mean, basically, that's what a 1 is. Everything we just said.
Okay, so we've only activated 1 crew. So let me mark that. Well, it's a matter of who do you want working on you? The alternative medicine or the actual doctor?
Actual doctor.
I'll take Dr. Desmond.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you have the threat for it?
Yes. Hey, so we're using Desmond?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's our best choice.
Yep.
All right. Surgery or emergency medicine for a focus? Okay. If she has a value, she technically has a determination, correct?
Yes.
Can I use it for... I have to be ready for anything these days? Since that's the only one she has.
She does have to deal with lethal injuries while we're locked down in space dock.
And I'll use the momentum and threat to try and to get that third dice for cautious.
I'll be right back.
I'll re-roll the complication. I think it wasn't it 1 or is it 2? Yep, we'll use the momentum. Get him to the critical care unit. And then she'll move on to the other guys. Yep. All right, use the momentum for cautious. Would we classify her as the chief medical officer for really just for the advantage sake? I'm not sure how you'd rule that because this is a. All right, works for me. Just thought I'd ask. Yeah, I'll just use one momentum. Cool.
Salon is waiting for a report on his officers.
Imagine Services delegated what she needed to delegate and can come back to the bridge. Question mark.
How long before our two imposters can be transported to the brig? Lieutenant Sarissa, do we have transport inhibitors active in the sick bay and in the break?
The break always has them. Let me check in with my security team on their progress at that. And yeah, she'll do that. She'll check in with how her security team is going with getting those set up for our current medical guests. Yep. Transport inhibitors are being established as we speak, Commander. They should be functional shortly.
Very good. As soon as it's medically and security safe, I want those individuals in the break.
Understood. We still have an unknown, judging by these reports we had to decrypt.
Yep. I use InsightCon. We should check one as well. But I'll do that. I'll head down there after this.
Okay.
Because I figure while that was going on, I'm trying to figure out this.
Yeah, and security room. It's now. Now all of our transporters are on security lockdown now.
Yeah, I'm going to have a security team search the quarters of those two crewmen as well.
Yeah, I can have that.
Oh. That's fine. I technically don't have the momentum. But I love complications.
You do.
Did we ever find out where those transmissions were going?
Transporter room 1.
Okay, we ever figured out where they were coming from?
Oh, wait, never mind. That's right. That's right. I keep getting those mixed up. I figure I'll just send that information to your council, Sarissa.
Okay. We already have a guess who the third could be. Right. If you want security teams to sweep their quarters, Captain, I can arrange that.
Yes, let's be thorough.
And Captain, if you don't mind, I'd like to do an inspection of Transporter Room 1, just in case we missed anything.
Approved. It's a good idea.
Ferric should still be there.
And then I'll head off to the transporter room.
I'll probably head off to quarters so I can personally see to that, because that's what I should do.
Ensign?
Lieutenant? Oh, yeah.
And I'll pull out my tricorder and start scanning around the room, and then, just a basic scan of the room, and then I'll start working on the transporter components themselves. And then if that yields nothing, I'll start going to the terminal. Yep. Just letting you know what I'm doing. Computers for a focus. Okay. Cool. I will use one of the momentums and 2 threat to roll 4. It's the only reason I'm doing it. Oh, god damn it. Ship. I still got technical expertise, so I can still re-roll that, but I want to see what the ship rolls.
It's computers and engineering.
And I'm gonna re-roll the complication because I can. Technical expertise. That's better. I'm gonna point to the ensign at where it's at, and then with her. Gotcha. That'll take some work. Okay. Transporter room to Captain Solon.
Solon here.
So I am detecting a device inside the transporter pad. I think it was the device that Commander Tashran was alluding to.
Can the device be removed and analyzed?
It can, but it will take some time, as I will have to disassemble the transporter pad, sir.
Well, let's do so.
Yes, sir. I'll get some engineering teams to assist.
Very good.
And when I say teams, I mean activating engineers.
Use what help you need.
Like Vori. Someone want to take Vori?
No, given everyone's leaving to do it, I'll do it.
Oh, I was just looking for this character sheet.
Okay, you can do it then.
What was the attribute? All right. I think mine is actually better, but he has the focus. This one's tough.
He's rolling a 13, yeah.
Can we give him something? Because if we could give him something, we could probably give him something for control. So you just want to put Bori's control to 10, because then he'll be rolling the same as me with the focus.
Sure.
Yep, getting it right now. All right. So yeah, I think we'll have Bori take the lead here with the focus, and then I'll assist.
Alright, so we want to spend that one momentum just to get an extra dice for Bori here.
Well, it's a difficulty 4, so we might need a little bit more, because I don't think the ship is assisting. Since we're pulling apart the ship. At least I think.
Are you saying the ship will object to that?
Yeah.
Alright, so one momentum and 2 threat. You give me 4 dice. That was unfortunate.
Yeah. Guess we got to go again.
Yep, this time we got to spend 3 threat. Alright, here we go.
That's a better roll. Oh, that's a really good roll.
I think I'm still going to give you a momentum and 2 threat and keep my 4 dice. At least one more turn.
Yep. Nice. Probably 1 for piercing. Get us that breakthrough.
Well, I guess I'm going to spend my 3 momentum to keep it at 4 dice.
Take that, Gotta-
Y'all, bit of momentum. We roll the.
Yep. Yep. Sad. We have to take a lot apart. All right, so if we get 8 right here, or 6, so it's diff 2.
What do you think? Go ahead and still spend 3 threat to keep 4 dice.
I think so, because we could potentially use the momentum that we gain to knock this out. So I think it's a good risk.
I agree. Have 3 more threat.
Ouch! Ouch! Yes. I mean, yeah.
That hurts.
They were doing so well.
So you got it. See, you got it because of the 18s and 19s. I got a natural 20. So we'll do 3 more.
Same plan?
Does our complication go back to normal? Yeah, maybe just spend 1 threat. I think we can get it.
Alright, 1 threat.
No! Flurry!
Oh yeah, he does. He does. Okay. There we go. This will be his
Get better
his
project.
rehab. Yeah, his rehab projects. He has to go to light duty, I'm sure, before he goes back to full duty. This could be his light duty. Put back together. Transport.
We're giving him a present.
I just imagine it's basically all taken apart down to its screws because of how deep this is.
And in sick bay, you hear the Shran painfully go, "You jerks!"
Note to self: Vori and me do not work well together. How deep do they put this thing?
Very deep, man. It was very deep. I'd take all of this apart, as you can.
On that note, Varric's probably up here away from, the sea of parts.
Ensign, do you want to take this to evidence?
Right away.
Transporter room, the captain.
So on here.
We have secured the device that was installed on the transporter. Ensign Ferrick is taking it to security now.
Well done. Shall we have a look at this device and see what it does?
I think I'm going to assist crewman Vori in repairing the transporter room, Captain.
Very well.
You know, trying to be a good officer. And I'll start assisting Vori with putting it back together.
It's doing the same extended task in reverse.
All right. But this time we add work and it gets harder as we go.
Send it to my ready room.
Yes, we figured that out.
Thanks, Starfleet Intelligence.
So I was going to compose a message back to Starfleet Intelligence, putting the log date and time that we took them into custody, and just say suspects in custody, and put the date and time.
Off like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the Vulcan way to do it.
And instead what they do is like, oh, clearly your security office is competent, we're recruiting them now. No. They just recruit the Tenshi into Starfleet Intelligence as a whole. That's good.